Japan, land of the rising sun. A nation of contrast, where modern technology and time-honored culture coexist side by side. Japan remains a traditional society with strong social hierarchies. But many traditions are under pressure as a younger generation turn to outside influences and ideas. Here in this predominantly Buddhist society, Islam is taking root among some Japanese, some of whom will be journeying to Mecca for the annual Hajj pilgrimage. Amid the hustle and bustle of daily life in Japan's capital, Tokyo, the Muslim call to prayer can be heard each day in a few corners of the city. There are about 50 mosques in Japan, and there are some 100 musallas, or communal prayer rooms, like this one in the Tokyo suburb of Saitama. It was built more than 15 years ago by Bangladeshi Muslim workers, many of whom made Japan their home. The young man here on the left is the only ethnic Japanese member of their congregation. His name is Kubu-san. He is 26 years old and lives about 2 hours outside of Tokyo. Kubu-san is the only child in his family and lives with his parents.
私が生まれた家は普通の日本の家ですね。特に宗教的というわけでもないし、小さい頃から宗教が大切だとか信仰が大切だとか、そういうふうに教えを受けて育ったわけでもありませんね。どちらかといえば宗教にはそんなに興味がなかった。
Like most Japanese, Kubu-san was brought up in the spiritual traditions of Shinto and Buddhism. Shinto is the indigenous religion of Japan, and throughout history it has provided the backbone of Japanese culture. The Shinto faith reveres nature. There are no sacred icons or books, and no group worship. Instead, followers draw their deities from nature, worshipping the rocks, trees, wind and sun. After the Second World War, Shinto suffered a setback when the emperor was forced to renounce his divinity as the living god. But while a sense of religion may have decreased after the war, many Japanese still profess their belief in both Shinto and Buddhism. The Japanese are an intensely private people, especially when it comes to matters of religion.
形でおっしゃると日本人はとても難しい、いらないと思うんですよ。何かもちろん宮本さんみたいにそういうふうに、宣伝するそれはもちろん一番いい。だけど日本人同士の場合、例えばもっと疑う心出てきちゃう。例えばもし外国人と、日本人だったらちょっと違うなんだろうと思います。
僕はそのイスラームに入る前本とか読んでそれでイスラームってこういうものなんだって分かると思ってましたね。でもやっぱり今思えば中に入らないと同じ信仰を持って一つの輪の中に入らないと分かるもの分からないものってたくさんあると思いましたね。やっぱりその信徒と信徒の間の温かさ、お互いを気遣うそういう気持ち、助け合う気持ち、そういうのはこの入信してから確かに強くあるというのを感じましたし、今もたくさんの兄弟の人が私のことを助けてくれます。
One of those who helps Kubu-san better understand Islam is Rida Kennawi, who this year will be helping Kubu-san undertake the Hajj pilgrimage to Mecca.
Then she said, we have no religion.
Before Rida came on the scene, few, if any, Hajj pilgrims from Japan made it to Mecca.
كل الستاف بتوعي كل الناس اللي حواليا قالوا انت مجنون يعني ما بتتكلم عن بيزنس وبتتكلم عن شغل لازم يكون في عندك ماركت لازم يكون في ناس تيجي عشان تغطي الكوست بتاعتك قالوا الماركت ما يساعدش ما فيش ناس انت بتنفخ في رقبة مقطوعة ما فيش مسلمين وما فيش حد هيروح الحج فقلت لهم احنا لازم حد يبتدي لازم حد ياخد الخطوة الأولانية وبعد كده حد يكمل وراه.
There is like salah. There is a way to do the farz.
Rida is Egyptian and was a lawyer in Cairo before he came to Japan in his 20s. He worked for a travel agency and decided to branch out to form his own agency to take care of Japanese Muslim pilgrims. It was an uphill struggle from the start, made all the more difficult when the Saudi authorities said they did not believe him.
عمرنا ما سمعنا إن في مسلمين في اليابان وعمرنا ما سمعنا إن في حج من اليابان. فقلت لهم في مسلمين من اليابان وكنت أنا رايح على أساس إن أنا ياباني. أنا عندي الجنسية اليابانية ورايح على أساس إن أنا بمثل اليابان ورايح أعمل حج الياباني. قالوا لا يمكن جواز سفرك مزور وأنت شكلك مصري. إحنا عمرنا ما سمعنا إن في مسلمين في اليابان.
This way nothing shows. When you walk, it does not show anything inside. It's covering your inside, and it does not disturb your inside.
We have to go do the Jamarat on foot. Sometimes when you arrive Jeddah, your procedures takes about 3 hours, sometimes take 12 hours, sometimes like last year, I myself had to stay on the same seat for 16 hours. And
Rida persisted in his quest to help pilgrims from Japan to Mecca. 5 years on, the travel agency he set up is one of only 2 registered companies that have been sanctioned by the Saudi government to organize Hajj pilgrimages for Japanese Muslims. Over the years, Rida has managed to increase the number of Muslim pilgrims from Japan performing the Hajj. His goal is that the majority of these pilgrims will be ethnic Japanese.
now we're taking about 90% foreigner and 10% Japanese. My dream is to make it opposite, is to make it 90% original Japanese and maybe 99% original Japanese and 1% for foreigner. Is a part of da'wah. Hajj is, as Quran says, وَأَذِّنْ فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ يَأْتُوكَ رِجَالًا وَعَلَى كُلِّ ضَامِرٍ. Means you call the people to go to Hajj. You make azan and Allah bring them. It's a very long way to go, but I can feel we can do it.
耳閉じるのこう起きるとあ目開いちゃった笑ってるキュッキュッキュッキュッキュッキュッ
أنا ولادي اتولدوا هنا وعاشوا هنا كل ذكرياتهم هنا ما أقدرش أخدهم مصر كل ما أفكر في إن أنا لو حصل لي شيء أو يعني لا قدر الله جرالي حاجة، ولادي يحصل فيهم ايه؟ هل اسيبهم هنا ولا اخدهم في مصر؟ فلقيت ان الحل الوحيد ان انا اجيب لهم الاسلام هنا، يعني اعلمهم، اجيب لهم مجتمع مسلم يعيشوا فيه.
Islam is gradually establishing itself in Japan. Converts like Abdullah Taki are pioneering the way. Smack in the middle of Tokyo's infamous red light district in Kabukicho is a little apartment that has been converted into a communal prayer room. 36-year-old Abdullah Taki leads the prayers here. When he was younger, he was into body piercing, but now he finds a new way to express himself.
Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, La ilaha illa Allah.
استووا يعتدلوا رحمة الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
اليوم أول مرة أصلي خلف شخص ياباني وخلف شخص أعجمي، وكم سعدت أن يكون في شخص يعرف أن يقرأ القرآن بهذه الجودة، والآيات التي ذكرها الشيخ عبد الله في الصلاة هي في الحقيقة صعبة حتى على العرب، أشعر بأن احنا لسه صغيرين، إن هذا الرجل فيه بركة.
الله أكبر. الله أكبر.